Hi friends, Happy Out Home here. Happy summer. I hope you all are having a great summer. I just wanted to shoot a quick little video and give you all an update and tell you how our Limelight Hydrangeas are doing, considering this is the hottest July in history. I have a video out that's been getting a lot of hits lately that I did last year, and we planted a lot of Limelight Hydrangeas in the last couple years. And a lot of you are interested in it, and in that video I tell you why I absolutely love Limelight Hydrangeas and why I think they're a perfect shrub. And one of the reasons is that they're drought resistant. So I thought that I would show you how they are doing here in the dead heat of July. It's 95 degrees today, 100% humidity, and I'm going to give you a little tour and show you how the Limelights are doing. But before I do that, hit like and subscribe if you do like the video. Subscribe if you would like to do so, feel so inclined if you like these videos. I put a Christmas video out last week, and I know you all are so excited for Christmas. So a little inspiration there as we head into the second half of the year. But anyway, all right, well, let me turn this around and show you how the Limelights are doing. Okay, so this is our hedge of Limelight Hydrangeas that we planted 2 years ago. They were 3 gallons each. They're probably about 15 or 18, and they are doing exceptionally well. Let's take a closer look, and I can show you how great they are and how beautiful the blooms are. So this is what they look like. They're so pretty. They're exceptionally beautiful. And what I love so much about them, like I said in my video, is that they are drought resistant. We do not have an irrigation system in our backyard. So whatever water it's getting from the very little rain that we've gotten in July, and it has been little. It has not been a lot at all. Sporadic here and there. We just did have a little storm pass through just this afternoon. Some of the heads are a little wet. You can see them, but they are just exceptional. And this is not in full bloom yet. I mean, you can see like this is just starting to pop out. I mean, these are nowhere near the size that they're gonna be. I mean, they end up being, each head ends up being really, really large. So, let me see if I can find one that's like fairly large. I mean, this guy down here, he's pretty large and heavy. I mean, he's still not completely bloomed. You can see all of the buds right there on the tip. So these flowers continue to bloom through, well, they turn colors in the fall, but they're going to continue to bloom and not die off for quite some time. That's another reason why I love them. So let me give you an idea of how high these are. So I'm on a hill, and these hydrangeas, they're facing a fence. Maybe you can see a little bit over there, right over there, and they are covering the fence. So they are providing really nice coverage and privacy from the house next to us. Not that the house next to us is all that close, but they're still providing, some privacy. And they are just beautiful. This is probably 7-8 feet tall. Look at them. They are just magnificent. Again, many still in the very, very early stages, but they are just exceptional blooms. Absolutely beautiful. And another thing I love about them, like many flowers, when it rains, they won't lose all of their blooms. And you know what I'm talking about, right? Peonies, as much as I love them, they last for only a week or so. A rain, kaput. They're all gone. But these are hardy. They have very strong stems, which is important because these heads are quite large. So they do need a strong support system to hold them up. Very few of them last year went bending over. You can see on the bottom that they aren't really bending over. You know, unlike peonies, again, that I absolutely love, but they tend to flop over when the heads get really large and they aren't supported. And I have no support on any of these plants. You know, I don't have like a little tomato crate around them, you know, the ones to hold it up, nothing. It is a little bit of a windy day today. They are dancing in the wind. They're so pretty. So pretty. I should tell you that in terms of pruning, you're probably going to ask, how do we prune them? Well, so they're supposed to be pruned in the spring, but we didn't get to it until, oh gosh, May, I would say. And, you know, some of the heads were already forming at that point. But, you know, the proper way to prune them is to probably cut them down to about 3 feet in February. We didn't do that. My landscapers didn't get to it and didn't get to it until May, and I didn't want to mess with it. I was a little worried about not doing it properly. So they came in May. I did cut some of the dead heads off, but I didn't do, you know, like a pruning, you know, all the way down to the stem. But let's continue along, and you can just see how magnificent they are. And again, that has to be 7 feet tall. So there are a couple over here that are a little bit smaller than the others. And I believe the reason for that is because we used to have a large tree right here that was dropping all kinds of stuff and causing a huge problem in the yard with the pool and the pool house. So I cut that tree down. These shrubs were already planted, so these few didn't get as much light in the last year that the other ones did. So that's the reason that I believe that these are a little far behind, like right over here. When these that have lots of direct sun all the time, they do love direct sun, why these are just a little bit smaller. But they are catching up. I mean, you can see it's sort of just behind a little bit. It's in the early stages. It doesn't have as many blooms. And again, it is hidden behind these trees. Even right now, it doesn't get as much direct sun as these do. So it's a little bit behind in the process. You can see there aren't even any fully formed heads. But that's okay. It'll catch up. What should be done is when it's pruned, you know, prune them all to the same length, and then hopefully they will all grow at the same length. So these guys are a little smaller. So heading on down again, these you can see, yeah, all of these back here where there are more trees and shade and they don't get as much sun are not as far in the process as the ones over there that are in direct sunlight. But still very, very beautiful. So as you can see, I mean, this one being on the far end and quite shaded is still doing well. No, it's not, you know, the blooms at the front, the ones that are getting really high shade, but even in a shaded area, it's thriving. And it will continue to do so. So it's not as full as the others, because the limelights do like direct sun, but it's coming along. It's coming along. It's doing well. Yeah, so here they are. Most of them well over the fence line, except for a couple, but they are just magnificent. And I'm going to take you over to the other area over there and show you how those are doing. Is that a Bentley? Bentley's right there. Oh, I want to also talk to you about this little plant. This is interesting. Something going on here for some of you, some of my viewers with a green thumb. Maybe you can tell me what's going on. Hold on, let me walk over there. This boxwood went completely brown and I was sure it was dead. And then in the last couple weeks, it started to come back. I don't know if you can see. Can you see with all of the green that's in there that is starting to appear on the stems? I'm really fascinated by it. I was ready to throw it away and replace it, but I think it's not completely dead. So I'm really happy about that. I've actually never seen that happen to one of my boxwoods. We have many of them around, but you know, I haven't seen new life appear like that. I don't know if I should be like cutting the old branches off. Maybe I should be doing that. But this is the other one over here, which did great and, you know, didn't have any issues, is the exact same variety. But I thought that was really interesting that it turned completely yellow, appeared to be dead. Maybe it was just in dormancy and came back. All right, let's head over here. So these are also along a fence, which is a retaining wall. And these are not quite as tall. These are probably, well, these are like my height. So these are like, you know, roughly 5 feet, 4 inches. And they're doing well. They're doing so great. I mean, again, look at, you know, how these are supported. Such heavy heads, how they are supported by this strong system, this strong root system. And I have a couple Annabelle hydrangeas in here, and they are not, it's interesting because I have 2 of them here, and look, one has little pink blooms on it, and they're the same variety. I'm pretty sure that this one is the same as that one, or maybe not. I'm trying to remember now what I did, because one of them, yeah, I think they are. I think these are the 2 Annabelle hydrangeas, this one and this one, and I mean, they're doing okay. You know, this one has a lot of green heads, which is, I believe they're all going to turn white like this one. They're just in different stages, but super pretty. Not my favorite. I have another variety I'll show you. That's also not my favorite, but my absolute favorite are these Limelights. Look at this guy. Oh my gosh. Look how tall he is. This guy's like 6 feet tall. Super thick stem. Could easily take this off, put them inside. That's what I should do. I should just, and that's what I did last year. You know, I cut so many of them and brought them inside because there just are so many. Even to thin this this herd out, it doesn't do anything to the plant. You wouldn't even notice. There's still so much to enjoy on the outside. So these bloomed a little bit sooner than the other ones did. Let's see. So and again, these were pruned later. They were pruned in May. You can see a little bit right there. See the color right there of that green and pink one? You know, just it starts off like that and then it turns white. Very, very pretty. So yeah, so that's what this is doing. Green and then white, green, and then it turns pink. Yeah, super pretty. But okay, so look how big this head is. This head is pretty mature. That's how big they get. I mean, look at that, you know, compared to my hand, how big that is. And my hands are kind of big. They're not like small little, petite little hands. But that is, you know, that's a sizable bloom. So this is how they all look. Oh, we're getting a little bending over here, but I guess maybe that could be because I am on a hill and kind of everything is going downward. But yeah, I guess there's a little bending right here. Yeah, I think that's probably because I'm on a hill. So what I could do is I could come out and cut those just to bring that branch back up. since it is bending over a little bit. I guess it's bending in the back a little bit as well. So I could trim those. But yeah, big, beautiful blooms. Give you a view from down here. Aren't they pretty? And they're just so perfect, you know, to put along a fence line. I mean, not even along the fence, but along the side of the house. Yeah, they're doing really well. What's something that isn't doing so well? Over there, I planted like a few roses over there, and there's just not enough sun. As you can see, you know, the shade of the house. I was trying to hide the generator over there, so I wanted to create something along the fence line, but that was kind of a fail because there just is not enough sun. So those aren't doing well. I'm gonna have to relocate them. Sun is very important, and these get full sun, you know, to really, really thrive. These get very, very full sun. And let me show you the hydrangea trees. You can see those over there, across the way. Doing exceptionally well. Big. And again, not trimmed very much. You know, I mean, given a little trimming in May, but, you know, didn't cut them down significantly. And these over here. Look at this. Just big and lush. This is 3 of them over here, right behind these chairs. And oh my gosh, this one in the back is getting ginormous. So this one probably should have been trimmed a little bit more. I mean, look at it. This is one tree, the same size, but it is huge. So this one is starting to bend a little bit. Some of these branches get so long and heavy, but I mean, it's still doing well. I could thin this one out and, you know, bring some of them inside. This was an early bloomer. As you can see, just a tiny bit of brown starting to appear on some of them. You know, they turn a little pink and then a little brown. But still, doing well. Should have done a better pruning job for sure. But I don't know, I'm very happy with them. All these boxwoods getting lots of sun. These are doing great. These are doing exceptionally well. These boxwoods over here getting a little shade. It's a little bit later in the afternoon now. We keep these trimmed. We don't let them, you know, get above the top of the spa. But yeah, they're doing well. They're all doing very well. Well, I just wanted to show you that, show you how the limelights are doing. I know I get a lot of questions on the limelights, and I really love them. I think very highly of them. Oh, I wanted to show you, hold on, how some others are doing. Let me walk over there. So planted these a couple years ago. These are just the regular variety hydrangea, not blooming because they're just not getting enough sun. That's what I think. I wanted them, you know, to cover some of the electrical equipment. And while it is sunny now, it gets shaded in the afternoon, and then these just don't get enough sun. And I think that is the problem. So I'm just not a fan of this variety. Plus, I've had them before, and when they get too much sun, they're so finicky. When they get too much sun, they burn out, and the heads just look terrible, and they get really floppy. So they need the perfect amount of sun, not too much, and enough to really thrive. Whereas the limelights are just fabulous, and if, you know, there's a drought or whatever, they are just going to do really well. So I wanted to give you an update on that. Hope you enjoyed the information in the video. Hit like and subscribe. Got a lot more coming. All right, bye.